Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Olympia Soiree. And last time we got our happy ending with Riku, and now we're going to do our bad endings. He has two, and then we're going to read the short story or stories. There's at least one that's in the short story section, but if anything else unlocks after these two endings, we'll read those. So anyway, okay. So, yes, we are starting here. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, right. This is when he was sitting here telling us about whatever her name was. Started with an S. Why can't I remember her name? Anyway, his girlfriend and all that. And so, all right. I'm so sorry to hear that. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Sorry. I wasn't trying to make you feel bad. Just forget what I said, really. Well, I'm gonna go find Asua. See you later. See ya. I wonder if we can skip. I don't know how to skip on this one. Which one's the skippy button? Let's see. Let's find out. No quick load. No, that's not right. Oops. That's auto. Force. Red. Okay, that's red. Okay, yeah, but... let's go to settings. I don't know which one's skip. Controls. Action, aim, skip text is the Y button. Oh, okay. Thank you. I don't know why I just don't know this. There we go. Oh, we're gonna get... Okay, so he comes. We scream stop. Okay. Oh, he didn't stop. Really, one choice. One choice that was wrong, and we just... Riku! Well, we get a CG anyway, so... I'm sorry you went through such a thing. I did not expect it to happen. I should have told you the truth sooner. Please forgive me. Why are you apologizing, Tsukiyomi? The women of Tenyu Island are blessed with a special power to protect themselves. Or did we do it? It is called Batsu. Batsu? I destroyed his hand. I have such a fearsome power within me. This is when we were little, you can tell. See, like, now her giant saucer eyes are cute because she's a kid, but, like, they don't, her face, like, barely gets bigger and her eyes got 3 times larger. It's weird. I can kill people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to kill anyone. All I wanted was to return to my island. I'm so sorry. I just want to disappear. Mother and my granny aren't around anymore. I can't hear the sound of the weavers or the fish swimming nearby. No spring and no Iroha flowers. I just want to disappear. Aww. I'm so sorry. Lady Olympia, you're awake. Huh? That was a dream? You've been unconscious for 4 days. I'm so glad you've recovered. 4 days? That long? Maybe we did it. What's the matter? Is there something wrong? No, it's okay. I'm sorry. I was asleep for that long? It was probably because I saw that. My heart still... Riku! I want to see Riku! She turned her head away from me. Chigaya, what is it? Did something happen to Riku? I haven't heard everything in detail, but it seems that he has been arrested. Okay, so... maybe it was him. Chigaya, I'm going to the military headquarters right now. Please calm down, Lady Olympia. It's already 9 o'clock at night. Huh? Please, you should just rest for tonight. You can go out again tomorrow morning. You're right. Thank you. I don't know anyone other than Riku. I should probably ask Akasa for help. With resolve, I was about to head inside when... Ah, it's Lady Olympia. Want to hear the news that's just come in? I'm sorry, but maybe later. I'm not in the mood for... Well, it's about Riku of the Blue. Riku? I'd normally ask you to buy a year's worth of... Oh, Sugiura, that's right. Sugiura. But I'll tell you for free this time. Did you know that he made someone disappear with Batsu? This fucker. So, he's been demoted. Serves that high and mighty blue right. Good for him. This kid's an asshole. Hello, it's me, Spacey. Come in. His voice sounds different. That alone weighed upon me beyond belief. My heart was throbbing with pain, and a cold sweat began to form on my back. Something is definitely wrong. It has to be about Riku and his demotion. Oh, Akaza? It's about Riku. He then handed me a letter. This is from Riku. What? Riku won't be stationed at Kanano anymore. What do you mean? Just read the letter. Akaza, you're scaring me. Riku, what does it say? To Lady Olympia, I, Riku, have resigned from Yomi Patrol and have been newly assigned as an executioner. Wow. They were like, you killed someone with your powers, so now this is your job? Ooh. Executioner, a Batsu wielder who carries out criminal executions through the Tamasogi ritual. The name of the executioner is not made public due to the reviled nature of the job. And those with the power of Batsu are under an oath to never use their power on the living. But my lack of restraint has led to the loss of life. This sin is one that cannot be absolved. As such, I've decided to fill the role of the most hated position on this island. This is my way of showing repentance. I'll not return to Kanado. I do not believe we will ever see each other again. No. Riku. And it's so funny because this was the point where, like, you had no idea he actually had feelings for you. You were just like, I'm in, like, love with him, and, like, he doesn't care about me, and then he went to save you, and now he disappears, and you're like, it's all my fault, and I loved him, and, like, and you have no idea that he's pining away for you, too. Oh, rude. I wish you the best, Riku of the Blue. But, like, doesn't he wander around the island still? No, this can't be... You didn't do anything wrong. All you did was try to save me. Riku, you can't be serious. I won't believe that we'll never meet again. Riku. Riku. No! I can't scream no really well. Olympia, I loved you. It's still beautiful. He's crying too! Oh, that just makes it suck. Oh, you're rude, game. I will bear my sins and stand here alone. Though I'll never see your smiling face ever again. I'll always love you. Forever. Oh, I wonder if, like, the executioner has to live somewhere else. Is like lives alone in a hut somewhere, you know what I mean? So he's not just wandering around the island. Someone was erring and eyeing. I don't know if that was us or him crying. Oh, that was sad. Okay, bad ending too. At least no one died. That one was just sad, you know. I forgot about what Kain experienced with Riku last time. Should we go elsewhere? It's like, you're dead. Riku, should we head somewhere else? Don't worry. Okay. Oh, interesting. So we still talk to Kaina. I figured we'd maybe avoid him and then Riku would not. But he still says the same thing to Sakio. Huh. And then we still have our, like, lover moment. Well, he tells us he's Hazushi. Okay. Well, a child of. Okay. And then, like, we make out and shit. And he gets a little handsy. And then freaks out about our hair. Well, wait. There goes our hair. And then he's like, oh my god, wait, what? Oh. Okay. And then we get to... Okay. No, we get through this chapter, and then we get the bad ending somewhere. Well, that first bad ending... First and final letter. Oh, that's sad. And this one is fruitless flowers. Okay. Alright, so we're having that conversation. Okay, alright. Like, oh, Sakio did all this horrible shit. And then we're gonna go get him. Is he gonna kill someone? Are we gonna die? Ow, bird, your toenails are too sharp. Ow. Okay. Pulls out his gun. Alright. Okay. No, we can't. And then, will the waves? Nope, here come the waves. Riku! Riku! Did we just kill Riku? Rude, game. Ow, bird, your toenails are too sharp. You can't stand on my neck like that. The next several days have passed now. Okay. Or the sun is in superflux. What is happening? Olympia, it's been a month since the two of them were swept away. Has it been that long already? Oh my god. Okay. So he went, so like what happened in the last one, he went to go jump in and grab him so he didn't get washed away with the waves, but the waves actually washed them away this time. Okay. Oh my god, is she comforting us? This shouldn't really count as a CG for him though, but anyway. I have been thinking, despite his looks, Sakio did not like being by himself, so he likely did not want to disappear alone. This is actually a beautiful... Okay. This is a fucking gorgeous CG. I know our boyfriend isn't in it, but, like, Shura looks beautiful, and actually Olympia looks gorgeous, too. Like, this is what I want to see. Her with, like, normal-size eyes and not super round, creepy doll orbs. You know what I mean? This, she is so much more beautiful. With, like... I mean, I understand if they make them a little bit bigger than, like... the men's eyes, but I still want them to be, like, not round fucking like, still give them some shape and, like, a sexy feminine beauty and not, like, creepy round baby doll eyes. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. The super round eyes are, like, innocent and, like, I'm gonna need a little more maturity. Especially because she fits that, where it's not, she's not, like, super innocent and naive, you know? So, like, seeing her like this with, like, I mean, I know because her eyes are, like, partially closed because she's probably been crying, but, like, I don't know. I like it so much better. Like, this is probably one of the most beautiful moments she's ever going to look. Like, it's the most beautiful she's probably ever going to look in any of the CGs. One of the few. You know what I mean? To be honest, I wanted to be the one to go with him. Riku, the waves bring forth what one seeks. They say the waves bring good things to us. But instead, they've taken away those we hold dear. Was she in love with Sakio? What cruel waves. Will Riku ever return? Oh, we've been searching for them a long time. We sent our ships to the far ends of the ocean. No one can escape this ocean, and yet we cannot seem to find them. Elder sister gently combed my hair with her fingers. Okay, like, this is a horrible ending, but, like, it's actually very beautiful that Shura is actually, like, comforting us and not being like, good, you can't have him. She's like, no, sweetie, it's all right. Like, she's accepting our love for him and like comforting us and like and accepting our like being a human being in our moment of loss and like because it's her loss too, you know, and like I like this. Olympia, was your soulmate Riku? Yes. He was the first person I fell in love with. But he disappeared with the waves. We are the same. We've both lost our loves. I cannot see the future anymore. Oh, I wonder if she was in love with Sakio. I mean, or did she love her husband? Is she talking about her husband? But she did say she wanted to disappear with Sakio, so now I'm like, I keep... Yeah, You loved Lord Sakio? That's a secret between you and me. Oh. I believe Lord Hirago made his share of mistakes with me and Sakio. He was supposed to be my soulmate, but it could never be. Could never be. I've cursed myself many times, but nothing has changed. That's actually sad, and I feel for her now. She's still kind of a bitch. But, like, this is the most human she's ever been, and it's like, you could have been with him, but you're still, like, see? This is also, it actually makes her more human, and I appreciate this so much more, because throughout the route, she was just like, no, Riku, you have to marry Blue, you have to marry Blue, and you're like, stop being such a bitch, and then you're like, you loved him, but he was born to the blue, but he was, like, violet, so they sent him away, and so you couldn't be with him because you're stuck in this stupid, rigid, Blue has to marry Blue bullshit. Oh, girl, you should have been the first person to be like, it's stupid, you should be able to love whoever you want. Oh. I love it. I love that, okay, like, again, she comes across as being kind of cold-hearted and shady, and then she's kind of against you, and then she kind of turns at the end, and you're like, all right, maybe she just accepted defeat, but she actually is, like, not a one-dimensional evil human. You know what I mean? She's not like, I'm just against everyone, and you're a strong woman, and I don't like you. She's like, these are the rules. They're the rules. But deep inside, she hates them, too. Oh, but she's stuck with them because... Oh, girl. Oh, man. The characters in this game are really good. Except for Kanan. He's just a shady son of a fucking bitch. And there's still a part of me that's like, are you sure Sakio was the one that was trying to kidnap me? Because I think, like, Kanan was like, damn it, he got to her first! He wanted to experiment her and I was going to make her my wife, because he just seems shady. I'm not sure if I trust his, like, pretending he cares about his brother. I think it's all fake. But I appreciate that she's got these extra dimensions and she's not just, like, the antagonist for the sake of being an antagonist. Like, you're like, okay, she's antagonizing us and doesn't want this stuff and doesn't want Riku to leave, but then she's like, now that he's gone, it's like, yeah, okay. Like, and then even in our happy ending, she accepted it. But maybe she, you know what I mean? Like, maybe she wanted to accept it, but was also like, but no, we can't. But, like, I want to, but, like, also no. Like, kind of unsure of her own thoughts on it. I don't know. But, like, I don't know. I just like it. I like that they especially, like, humanize her more here. As opposed to just being a kind of frigid bitch. She's actually, like, a decent person. You know? It's not just an act. Oh. I heard the women of Tenyu Island must find their soulmate, or else the sun will fade. You lost Riku, which means that the sun shall fade one day. I'm very sorry. It's fine. You're me. I understand the pain and suffering you're going through. Let us be together when the end of days comes. The two of us together shall be less afraid. That's so sweet! Oh. I think that's one of the better, like, bad endings. Because, like, I actually, although I'm a little disappointed that, that's actually not what I wanted to do. Treasures. I love the little chibis. They're so cute. I'm actually a little disappointed that that counts as one of his CGs. Oh, it doesn't. Where is it? Oh, interesting. Because I was like, that should count as her. I wonder if his is in a different... Well, you know what's weird? I would almost think that, like, okay, his last one would be, like, maybe... That one has 4 CGs in it. there's a missing CG that has 4. Well, I mean, because it's like he's missing 4, but it's like this one where there was like 4 versions of it. That's what it is. But it's like, huh, interesting. I figured it would be in his bad endings, but. And then I was like, well, maybe it's like the, end all be all CG. Oh, that one is so beautiful. I love this one so much. It's gorgeous. Like, it's just so pretty. And I just love that Shura is being like a human being. And like, I know it's a terrible ending because Riku's gone and it's heartbreaking, but like, there's something about them just being like, we'll support each other because we're both miserable. Like, it's beautiful, It's like, aw. Like, we're friends now. But you know what also? Huh. There's 2 on this one, but I wonder... Whoops. Yeah, I wonder if it changes. I wonder, actually, I'm gonna bet it's blue, like the light, the Batsu light, because that's like, it's gonna be that for every single one of the love interests, but I am curious now where this missing CG is. Because we've done everything. I'm assuming it comes maybe in someone else's route or something, but it is weird that there'd be 4 CGs. Huh. I wonder. I don't know if there's a thing that says you have to choose. I'm looking at the guide because I want to see. Oh, the last CG can be unlocked by reading the short story behind me. Okay, well, there you go. Now we know. Yeah! Okay, we're just missing 2 of them, but that's okay. Thanks. I went back to... I knew it had to be in here somewhere. And I don't think we unlocked... Oh, we did. Memoirs, Riku. Perfect. Okay. So we'll read... Let's meet the Memoirs one first. Because I feel like this one's going to be sad. Because the other one was unlocked after the good ending. So, I am Riku of the Blue. I work as part of Yomi's patrol squad. I was first born to Lord Hayami and Lady Reno. I'm not saying this to try and deceive anyone who reads this account of events. I'm proud to have been raised in the blue class. I intend to continue to behave in a manner befitting of my color. I was 10 years old when Elder Sister and Lord Sakio informed me about my origins. Elder Sister told me to keep that information a secret for the rest of my life. I cannot believe that I was actually born in Yomi when I first heard it. Lord Sakio told me there was no need for me to go to Yomi, that I could live my life as part of the precious blue on the surface. I enlisted with the military and was assigned to Yomi's patrol squad. I suppose I was being called to Yomi even then. I'm ashamed to admit this, but the first day I descended into Yomi since my birth, I cannot look directly at the people who lived there. They were of unsightly colors, poorly clothed, and coarse in speech and mannerisms. The idea that I could have been made to live here as they did made me want to turn around and leave. I felt lucky to have been spared that fate. The very thought made me despise myself, and I cried alone in the military dormitory that night. Oh, sweetie patootie, isn't he? He's our squishy little marshmallow. No one is to know who my parents really were, which is why I vowed to myself to become the most graceful and beautiful in all the blue. I kept telling myself that I was Riku of the Blue, next in line to become leader. And yet, I ended up meeting her. At first, I thought it was a joke. The girl who lived in Lord Doma's manor presented her permit with a smile and went on her merry way to Yomi. On top of that, she started delivering letters. Strangely enough, my irritation turned into an envious admiration. The color classes meant nothing to her. Akaza had always been a symbol of freedom to me, but in a sense, she was even freer than Akaza. And the day when I had to catch that fugitive woman in front of her, I was so embarrassed and frustrated that I wanted to die. No matter how many times I repeated to myself that I was right, I only felt more miserable. Not knowing what else to do, I decided to hate her. I even wanted her to hate me in turn. The white can only bear children of the white. Hearing that from Lord Sakio added further to my despair. I cursed my very being. I was born in Yomi to criminal parents. I did my best to hide my identity, desperate to live as a precious member of the Blue. Pathetic, really. I assume this is after he meets her, he falls on, and this is after the bad ending. You know what I mean? Because it seems like memoir. Like, this is, I'm remembering, and then, like, now he's the, you know, the executioner. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. Huh? Did you ask if it was alright to say that? It's fine. It's all behind me now. I won't go as far as saying I can laugh about it now, but I think my outlook on things has changed drastically. She's unbound and free to do anything, so her love set me free. The blue ribbon was so burdensome before, but I can finally look at it with a new sense of pride. Or not. I mean, it seems like it should be, because it wasn't unlocked before. I can now look to the future with her by my side. I don't think I could possibly be any happier. Okay, so it's weird that this didn't unlock after the good ending. I guess you have to complete all of the endings to unlock this, because it wasn't there in the last part, so, I've been thinking a lot since I fell in love with her. Lady Reno raised me, but soon passed away, and Lord Hayami also passed away soon after. It was not due to Haku. He simply grew weaker by the day, as though he was preparing to follow his wife. Or at least, that's how I see it. And that's always so painful, but it's actually kind of beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't think, honestly, after my grandmother died, we were like, my grandfather's not going to last very long. I'm surprised he lasted the years that he did. He lasted quite a while. I can't remember how long. Years. Years and years. But it was like, wow, that's shocking. We kind of just expected, like, well, grandma passed away. Grandpa's going to go, like, tomorrow. You know? Because you just, you know, especially with, like, when you're super old, when you're in your 80s and 90s, you're like, oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you're already at that point where you're like, any day now. And then, like, the person you've spent your entire life with that you love more than it, and then they go, and that's your whole life. That's more of your life than you can, like, remember. Like, well, for me, like, if I met someone now, it'd be like, well, I spent most of my life without you, so sounds awful. But you know what I mean? Like, I could probably, like, it would suck, but I could probably manage. I've managed so long without somebody that, you know what I mean? But, like, if you, like, you think of your grandparents and your parents probably got married when they were very young and spent decades together. 40, 50, 60, 70, you know, and then all of a sudden it's like one day you're like, oh yeah, no, the next one's going, you know? It's harder. The harder, the longer you spend with someone, so. Or depending on how much you love them. I mean, not to say that, like, you can't love someone with all your heart and just manage to go on your body. You're like, my brain is like, no, we're ready to follow them, and your body's like, nah, fucker, we're gonna live another 50 years. But, you know. It's not unheard of for people to just go right after their long-term partner, you know? It's kind of sad, but it's beautiful and sad. Anyway, I'm sure Lady Reno was his soulmate. My birth parents must have loved each other as well. I mean, they made you, and you're beautiful and blue. And now, I finally understand how they felt. Though I am still finding my way, I will carry this blue ribbon with pride and work with her to bring change to the island. How about it? Would you be interested in helping us? If you are, please contact me privately. I'll keep our meetings confidential. Oh, hi. Behind me. And this one, we get a CG in. So bright. Morning? I'd better get up. No. Don't go. Adorable. Right when I was flipping, I was like, oh, you're not wearing a shirt. Hi, we might not be either. He clung to me from behind, and my heart skipped a beat. Come closer to me. He must be talking in his sleep. Okay, see, like this. Her eyes are giant, but they look good. They're not like round, super round, gigantic orbs because, like, you know, they're like sleepy, so they're slightly closed, but they look pretty. You know what I mean? So, like, I was kind of wrong. I mean, I still think that's the most beautiful CG. But she still looks really pretty in this one. And it's like, okay, this. Not like the giant... Here are my eyes. Like, I have no eyelid. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Stop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like it like this. Like, her eyes are giant, but they look good. They're not, like, creepy. You know what I mean? Like, done right. I like this. So, anyway. So warm. Feels good. Riku pressed his body against me. Maybe he's cold. Should I wake him up? Riku? Are you alright? Are you cold? Should I make some tea? Oh, he's blushing. What? He's certainly awake now. And he seems totally embarrassed. Yeah, because he just woke up naked with you. Riku? I'm not angry or anything, so don't worry. What was I saying earlier? Nothing strange. I just woke you up because you seem cold. Just a minute, I'll boil some water. Wait, I don't want you to look at me right now. He must be embarrassed beyond belief. I could feel him still clinging to my back, which fortunately for me felt no different from an embrace. Let me stay like this a while longer. Well, if you're alright, I'm fine like this too. This is nice. It's comfy and cozy. I could hear him breathing behind me. I love the fact that he's so fucking embarrassed right now. I should let him calm down for now. I mean, after the things you probably did to me last night and mumbling in your sleep and, no, don't leave, this is warm. That is what embarrasses you? Riku. I love the fact that he is literally the main character in every fucking Otome game we've ever played. They're always like, oh my god, I'm blushing, oh my god. Again, you fucked how many times? Why are you still embarrassed? But he's still like, I'm just, what did I say? That's embarrassing. I can actually understand his embarrassment because when you mumble in your sleep, it doesn't matter how long you've been with someone, you're like, what the fuck did I say? That's kind of embarrassing. Like, you know what I mean? I get it. But it's also refreshing that he's the one embarrassed about something silly after everything that we've done together, probably. Thank God I didn't have to read it all, but you know what I mean? And she's not that embarrassed. Like, thank you, game gods, for this, because I needed this. I needed, like, a nice freaking palate cleanser from all of the blushy, awkward, like, oh my god, girls. Like, this is amazing. Bravo. Bravo. I mean, I wouldn't put it up there with my Bustafellows / Pio Fiore / Code Realize. Actually, I would put it up there. I mean, we've only gotten one route, but I'm like, this is probably one of my more favorite games. Bustafellows and Pio Fiore, I could probably play over and over again. I love all of the love interests, like, for the most part. This one, it's like, I'm like halves. Like, you know. But I like the art in the game is beautiful. The love interests that I'm interested seem to be great. The characters all seem to be good. I mean, they're all coming out pretty well-rounded, you know? Like, even Shura isn't a fucking one-sided die. You know what I mean? She's actually, you're like, wow, she's got more sides than just being kind of like the antagonistic bitch. You know? We're like, oh, hey, she seems okay, but a little, like, stuck up. Maybe she doesn't really like us. She's iffy. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, now she's the main antagonist. Like, she's going to be so against us. And then she's like, sweetie, it's okay. Our lovers are gone, so we'll just pine away together. Like, girl, I kind of love you. Like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, they actually gave her more of a personality than just here to be a speed bump in my relationship, you know? Which I appreciate, you know? So, just like Doma seems like an asshole, but he's actually wingmanning a, you know, like, I don't know, I just feel like the characterizations are really good. And I'm sure we've had other games where they were like that, but like, you know, or you enjoy them and you're like, I still enjoy it whether the characters seem one-sided, but this one just feels, I don't know, it just feels a little, I can't explain it, but bravo, I appreciate it. And I love this. I love that he's the awkward fucking Nutter Butters and it's not us. Because, like, that's refreshing. I'm just so tired of the girls who, like, are always embarrassed by everything. Oh my god. You have 6 kids and you're embarrassed because he touched you. Like, not like giggly, like, so cute, he touches me and I love it. And I'm giddy because it's happy. It's, oh my god. What if someone sees us? Oh my god, stop it. This is cute as fuck. So, I should let him calm down for now. I can't believe I let my guard down. And please forgive me. Let your guard down. I'm happy if that means you're comfortable being with me. She's like, also, you were sleeping, you idiot. I love the fact that you can see, like, his hair wrapped around his side. Like, under his arm back there. It's, like, kind of cool. It's a nice touch, because they could have just left it, but it's like, nope, we're going to wrap his hair around him. It's a nice little touch. On a section of a CG that you might not normally see. Comfortable. It's more like I'm on fire. Oh. So would cold water be better than tea? Girl. No, that's not what I meant. It's just, how should I say it? Your body is too pleasing. Huh? Wait, no, that's not it. just meant that you're so soft and warm that I can't help but hug you like this. Oh, I see. I never knew that a woman's body could feel so nice to hold. Perhaps this is a compliment. I like how they're both so, like, in a way, so awkward and new at this. She's like, is this a compliment? Yes, it is, sweetie. Oh my god. No, that was highly inappropriate, wasn't it? I'm just highly inappropriate. First of all, I'm pretty sure you're naked. I'm pretty sure we had sex last night. So just saying that it's nice to hold me is not as inappropriate as you think it is. My god, he's such a fucking nerd. I love him so much. Don't worry about it, really. I'm pathetic. I don't think that at all. Maybe it would have been better if I never touched a woman until I was 30. I don't think I could have waited that long. What am I supposed to do now that I know what it feels to embrace you like this? His voice was so serious that I had no idea I could answer his question. No, that makes it sound like I regret it. I have no regrets whatsoever. I simply need to be more disciplined. I have a long way to go. You don't have to discipline yourself. Stop. Don't spoil me. Why would you want to hold back anyway? No, that's... We haven't held our wedding ceremony yet, and we keep doing this. See? Yeah, alright, yeah. So telling me it's nice to hold me is not as inappropriate as the shit you did to me last night. I'm just saying. I know I should wait. But when I look at you, it's impossible for me to restrain myself. That could be problematic, but it's also kind of nice at the same time. As he trailed off, he held me even more tightly, and my heart skipped a beat yet again. It was the first time I'd ever touched someone, or had them touch me like this. Oh, not just in the one sense. It was actually not the first time, because Yosuga's... I'm just saying. I think I might be somewhat fussy about cleanliness. I generally don't like touching others or being touched myself. Perhaps it was just something that I feared on some level from not wanting to injure anyone with Batsu. He's a germaphobe. I understood exactly how he felt. I was scared my whole life, too. I mean, understandably for her, yeah. And yet, here I am, touching you like this, and filled with such happiness. It's confusing since I never felt this way before. But I don't mean that it's unpleasant. Riku, no matter how much I love you, it isn't enough. My body keeps wanting more, even when I'm surrounded by you inside and out. Well. Is it just me? I gently laid my hand on top of his. This is a great way to end the bad ending part. I'm just saying. No, I feel the same way. You told me before that you couldn't pull yourself away from me. But there's no way I would have allowed you to leave my side. Spacey. His breath caressed my neck. And tell me, what should I do? About what? I've read a lot about love and romance, but I thought I'd never experience it for myself. Really? You read a lot of romance books, do you? After all, I was always told to marry someone who could bear children of the blue. I was also afraid that I'd end up being like my parents. I kept telling myself that I wouldn't fall in love if loving someone that way was such a sin. I think I actually looked down on my parents. I couldn't respect them at all. But now, I actually want to be like them. Not about being executed. I mean, about, loving you. You didn't need to clarify, but it's cute that you think you did. Riku, I couldn't see his face. But maybe that was why he was able to talk to me like this. I never knew my parents, but I'm sure they must have been soulmates. I'm sure too. Thank you for accepting me. Who knows what would have happened if it weren't for you. Okay, so, and then you say shit like that, and it's gonna make me feel so bad about going down a different route. The future I didn't choose. In some universe where Riku and I were never united. See? Game! Stop it! I didn't even want to imagine it. And this is the first time I've spent the night with someone until morning. It's rather embarrassing, but I couldn't be happier. This is also not the first time you've spent the night with someone until morning, because we spent the night in Yosuga's bathhouse. Did we forget that game? We know what happened. My hair was blue. I'm just saying. Me too. I couldn't manage to utter those words. I was embarrassed as well, and tears of joy welled up in my eyes. If this was after that, but it's like we're in our hideout, so this is not the same night. So, like, you know what I mean? So it's weird that they write a scene like this, but... And he also said something about, I can't stop touching. So this is not the first time that he said, we keep doing this. So this is not the first time they've done it. This is not the first time they've spent the night together. And yet they're phrasing it as if it's the first time for both, but it's not the first time for either. So it's weird. That's the only thing that gripes me. Like, you know, it's like, you're writing this beautiful scene, but you take me out of it when you don't keep up with what happened in the main part of the game, where you're like, it's the first time I've spent the night with someone all night. That's not true. And you make it sound like it's the first time they've had sex. That's also not true, because you even said earlier in this part that they keep doing this. So, like, it's not the first time. Like, what? Get your shit together, because you're ruining it. It's just me being nitpicky, but it's like, don't ruin it. Now that I think about it, you were the first to ever come to me to learn how to dance. And it was the first time I'd ever taught anyone. I'm sorry for being so pushy. It was also the first time I ever relinquished my color ribbon, or got locked inside a room at the bathhouse. See? You admitted. Yeah? It'll forever be a secret that it was because of me that we were locked in. And keep up the good work with your deliveries. As I've said before, I look forward to seeing you pass through Kunado. My day is complete when I'm lucky enough to see you. Not to mention all the people on the island who look forward to receiving a letter from you. You were the first to come up with such a system here, so keep doing your best. I was glad he was still behind me. I didn't want him to see my teary eyes. I love you. I love you. I love you. And more than anything, I love you. His gentle whisper seemed to fill my entire body. Once my tears subsided, I'd have to push him down and have my way with him again. I love her. That's so cute. Once I stop crying, I'm gonna just push him down and take him. Okay, I just want to make sure we didn't, like, open, for some reason, unlock a new one. Okay. Nope. So there we go. Look, and there's our boyfriend! You know what's funny? There's Riku up in his drawer, and he's gonna pass the torch onto Tokisada because he's our next love interest, so. Memories, that's where we want to go. So. These are our lovely new memories. Like. It's like, she does look really pretty in the CG, so I appreciate this. And like, hey, he's shirtless. You don't see much, really, but still! Okay. You're getting a little saucy with me. Oh, no, he's clutching us tightly. He looks like he's almost choking her, though. His eyes in that one are like, oh, a little awkward. Aw. And then this, our sad one. But he's still glorious in this. You know what's funny, though? It literally, because, like, how they do it, but, like, with the art and everything, like, the glow, it actually feels like, okay, it's because of the light of everything, but she's like, my God, it really hurts my eyes. Like, there's a light blinding me. Beautifully done. It's kind of sad. He's so gorgeous. And look at, he's crying. It's so sad. It's like, I don't want to end on that one, even though it's perfect. It's beautiful and sad, but like, you know, because see, like, look, creepy fucking eyes. They made her look really creepy here. It's the tiny pencil eyebrows and the giant fucking eyes, and it's really weird. And then you have this where it's like, she looks beautiful. You know? Could we keep it more like she looks really beautiful and less like fucking creepy? Because like even in this one, she looks... Oops, that's not the right button. Nope. Like, she looks really freaking pretty here, and even though she has the giant eyes. But you know what I mean? Like, there's just something about that one CG that it's like, good God, she's creepy as shit. Even this one, her eyes are a little too big, but it's not bad. It's still beautiful. So, like, let's see something. This one had how many? Oops. Oh, just those 3. It's like a beautiful, like, kissy moment. And she looks cute there. Okay. So there you go. Hide. We'll stop with a nice happy kiss. I don't know. Should we leave? Do you want like this beautiful one? Where he's like clutching us tightly? No. Yeah, you do. See, that's beautiful. And that's adorable with him blushing. We'll leave you with the saucy, CG. How about that? You want the saucy one? Yeah. Yeah, you do. You naughty little bastards. Anyway. You know what? This one, honestly, I like the fact that they're short stories. It leaves us so much better taste than going through the bad endings and being like, oh, this is heavy and sad. It's like, but then when you read that and you're like, oh, I forgot that the bad endings exist and I feel okay. But also, as far as bad endings go, you know, sometimes there are games when you play them, we've played them before, where you're like, this bad ending is like so good in a wrong kind of way. You're like, it hurts, but it's good. And I don't mean like, oh my god. It's like I know this is a bad ending, but like Shiraishi's bad ending and Color X, one of his bad endings in Color X Malice was, you were like, I know this is a bad ending, and there's a lot of things that are bad about it, but you're like, but I kind of like it. You're like, slightly demonic evil inside of you is like, yes. There were some bad endings in Pio Fiore that you were like, they're bad, but they're so good. Like the one Nicola one, you were like, one of Orlok's bad ending, or that one, no, that one we'll pretend does not exist. It haunts me. It's like, no. Anyway. But like, as far as bad endings go, I think for a bad ending where your love interest dies, like they're usually like, and then they die and she pines away and you're like, that's sad. But I'm so used to them that it's like, aw, okay, well, I'm going to pretend. This one was actually, I like this one a lot. Like the one where like Riku and Sakio get pulled out to the ocean. Because I think I think the CG, because the CG was so fucking beautiful, helped. But also having that moment with Shura where you're just like sad and pining over your lost loves and everything. And it's like, there's something like really sad about the ending, but it's still kind of beautiful. You're like, I don't know, like, it doesn't hurt me as much as it should. I feel like it doesn't hurt me as much as it should, because when your love interest dies in a bad ending, you're like, I'm used to it. Because it's either I die or they die. Like, that's usually what happens in the bad endings. The unrequited love, or like the one where like he goes off to be an executioner and doesn't tell us, and we don't know that he loves us, and he doesn't know that we love him, and it's like, that hurts more than one of us died. You know what I mean? Like, but I liked that second bad ending, because there was something like sad but beautiful about the fact that Shura was showing more of her human side. Some of the things that she kind of hides and doesn't like really show, you know, in the main game, where in the main route, like the common route, she's like, oh, well, of course, ha ha ha, and like, you're like, she doesn't really like us. She's being polite and nice, but like, she's that bless your heart Southern woman, and you're like, fuck you too, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, and then in this route, she was very much like, oh, you've got to find a husband. Okay, you can't have Riku. You're not going to school here. Fuck off, bitch. Like, she was very much like gonna make sure it didn't happen. So like, you know, if they had been like, she had everything to do with Sakio trying to kidnap you, I wouldn't have been surprised. Like, I was like, you know, but, you know, and her turning at the end and being like, okay, well, because she still tried to convince Riku, even at the end, like, you should just not be her husband and come back and do things. And he's like, nope. And I think maybe now seeing that bad ending with her, knowing how much she loved Sakio, right? Maybe, because like when you first see her accepting it, you're like, she's just accepting defeat. And she's like, no, you should do this. And he's like, no. And she's like, all right, fine, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, she knows she's lost. But now it's like, well, actually, it just kind of seems like she's like giving him like, all right, fine, I'm trying to convince you that you have to do this, but you've got a mind of your own, and okay. But it's almost like she's telling him everything that he's always been told and that she's always been told. You have to have Children of the Blue. You have to do this. These are the things. Give up Olympia. And he's like, no. And you know what? Look at me. I'm proof that shit's bullshit. And then she's like, cool. And she accepts it because knowing that she loved Sakio and she couldn't be with him and she gave up being with him, even though she could have been. He was violent. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, she gave that up to preserve the blue. So, like, actually telling Riku the same things she was told, the same things that she basically was, like, embraced. And he was like, no, I don't have to do that. This can still happen. And she was like, he basically did what she couldn't do. And I think that's why she was, like, so quick to be like, okay, fine. Because she's like, good for you deep down inside. Like, you know, you have to preserve the blue, and this is what we've been told. But, like, I feel like now maybe she was actually proud of him for, like, doing what he wanted instead of what, quote unquote, he thought he had to do, like she did. No. Man, I might like that shady bitch. Look, she's probably going to be a shady bitch in some of the other routes, and she's still a little shady. But, like, in this route, she kind of showed her humanity. Like, her human side, that she has a heart. You know what I mean? And then, like, in the other route, she's going to go back to that person that is just denying who she loves and, like, forcing the blues and, like, whatever. You know what I mean? But, oh, it's also kind of interesting that this brings up she's like, in another, like, realm somewhere, in another universe, I might not have loved him, and that would be awful. And it's like, wait, is that the game just like, huh, jerks, trying to make me feel bad about going to another route after this? Or, like, I'm really wondering, like, are they just trying to rip my heart out? Because it's already hard enough to leave him and then go on to Tokusada. No offense to Tokusada. He seems like a swell guy, but, like, I don't want to romance you because you look 12, and you know how I don't like the lolly boys, okay? But, like, I also hate leaving love interests I really like. Unless I'm going to someone I also really adore. Like, if I was going from him to, like, freaking Yosuga, okay, fine. Or to Akaza, okay, I guess. But, like, still be hard. But it's harder when it's one of your lesser favorites. But I don't know if it's just the game being, like, trying to dig that knife in because it knows. They know how we feel about this. Or, like, I wonder if that somehow, like, it's just me trying to theorize here with conspiracies. Like, maybe it ties in. You know what I mean? Like, how do we know? Because there's a magic freaking portal, and then Japan exists, but is also in a multitude of different timelines and time zones, and, like, it was before carriages when Tokusada got here, and a few years later, we're getting a message in a bottle from 2021, and what is happening? You know what I mean? Other universes outside the freaking whirlpools. I don't know, but anyway. So 6 hours of theorizing later, and you getting to stare at this, you know, yeah, we will start Tokusada's route in the next part. So, yeah, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.